Here, still at Florida SuperCon, Miami Beach, Florida. We are with Jonboy Meyers at JB. How are you?
What's going on, Moose? How you guys doing?
Good. It is good to see you here.
Good to be back.
How is the excitement been? I mean, you're going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep. It's good. Like coming here, I was here last year, and of course it's a much bigger venue this year. So it actually gives a little bit more breathing room for people to walk around, interact with people, and it's really nice to meet fans of games and comics and, of course, League of Legends and stuff like that. Gives a little more space to interact with people.
Tons more space this year than any other time that Florida SuperCon.
It's like a double wide. It's like double wide.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's for the cheapos, double wide.
Double wide.
I'm a single wide guy. I know you can't tell that by looking at me, but I'm single.
Very slim here.
Yeah. The camera does me no justice. Don't worry about it.
It does add 10 pounds, but that's okay.
Or 30,
Just
40.
Photoshop it out.
The Florida SuperCon, good venue this year, a change of venue. You've got some other stuff coming up. Where are you going to next? You got San Diego Comic-Con?
Got San Diego Comic-Con, and right after that is New York Comic-Con, which of course is again another big comic, anime, kind of video game show. Looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys will be there.
We plan on being there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look me up.
Oh, no.
Stop by, swing by. Yeah, it's good. It's kind of nice to see venues like this actually grow a lot bigger. It's kind of nice to see comics kind of getting their due again. Like in the 90s, things were really big and they kind of cooled off, but things are kind of like, it doesn't hurt that movies are coming out again, like Spider-Man and of course new Justice League movies, kind of like bringing the spotlight back onto comics. It's kind of nice to see people walking around in costume and things like that.
We love it. We love talking to the cosplayers. We love talking to the artists because this is where it all stems from. This is it right here.
It's nice. It's nice to have people stop by and give love to your work and things like that. It's always really rewarding to see people respond to your art. That's for sure.
Now, what brought you into being an artist? And I mean, a little birdie told me once that you enjoyed the Black Hole. I guess that's a Disney version.
Oh yeah. Right. Actually, I grew up on the Black Hole. My dad was a military guy, so we moved around a lot. But so making friends was really hard because you'd pack up and leave. And this movie called The Black Hole. I don't know if anybody's seen it. If you've ever seen it,
It's one of my favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies, but I have not watched it as an adult because it's kind of like watching old cartoons. Like
you're worried. You're like, oh, wait a minute, it was so much better when you were.
Like keep that magic when you watch it as an adult. You're like, man, was I on? But I used to draw like that and send it to my dad overseas, and then when he would come home from his tours, he'd bring back comic books. He'd bring back a lot of war comics. Like Weird War Tales and Unknown Soldier, GI Combat, which I loved. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Mm-hmm. So I draw military guys all day, but being on a military base, it's kind of like, eh. Then my dad brought home these Captain America comics. Like I think Captain America King Size Annual drawn, or Bicentennial Annual, had like, I can't remember, he was fighting Magneto and like the mutates or something like that. There's this guy named Mr. Peepers with the claw.
Oh, yeah, I remember that,
so,
right.
Which is weird. It's like Captain America fighting Magneto, which was weird. But I was like, what? Who's Captain America? Oh my God. My mind was blown at that age. And I started doing my own comic books from there. And I had two other brothers who also drew at that time. But out of all of us, I'm the only one who kept up with it. And look at me now. I'm like, look at me now.
Well, I tell you, I look at some of the work that you've done, and I'm just, it's impressive when you see the body of work.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this professionally now for about 15 years. Before that, though, like 20 years, like just working on small independent stuff and trying to get my name out there. And it's kind of weird. Like I've had a really charmed life starting out with doing comics, and some of my first jobs were like Spider-Man, Hulk, did some X-Men stuff, and then graduated to Justice League and got to work on stuff like G.I. Joe and Danger Girl, and then moving on to like working in animation, worked on Generator Rex, worked on some Black Dynamite stuff for Adult Swim, and then worked for gaming stuff, doing stuff for Blizzard, and now working for Riot Games, working on League of Legends. It's been It's kind of surreal.
And that's just another huge, product that is it's becoming,
huge.
Bigger and bigger every time I turn around.
We're very fortunate to be with Riot Games. It's a really big global game. Like, I think we have probably 100 million players at any given time. It's really quite crazy. And then to walk around and see people cosplaying as
dressed up as the character that you drew.
Like Fiddlesticks or Nidalee or things like that. It's kind of quite surreal. It's like, what?
That's impressive, though.
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel when you see that and you see and I'm going to say a good cosplayer, right? Good
cosplay.
They did it justice, right?
Yeah,
right.
like actual stitched and things. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think seeing anybody dressed up as something that you're a part of is really rewarding, because then when you say League of Legends, all right, fist bump, and you're like, it gives you a point of interaction where we can interact with our players, talk to them, kind of about our shared passion for things that we're doing. Like for me, I love doing art, and I love doing art that people really respond to, and being part of the team at Riot, or we can do stuff like that and then people respond to that. It's really rewarding. It's kind of like, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like that, the zeitgeist that is your shared passion of art and things like that. You guys can kind of connect to. That's why cons are so great. You come out here, you can dress up as a superhero. Nobody's going to say anything or judge you. You can just rock it, do whatever you want, do whatever you want.
Truly whatever you want. And I'm looking around. I still see. Well, you can wear whatever you want.
Well, yeah, with it.
Yeah. I mean, really, whatever. Because I get scared sometimes. I want you to know that.
Sometimes it is a little scary. Yeah. It's share, not scare, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But no, it's really cool. It's like, where else in the world can you go and just kind of be yourself? Really, you got 3 days, 4 days to be whoever you want to be. Right. It's not a freak fest either. So it's not a freak fest at all.
No.
Wholesome fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, who's your favorite? When you think of maybe one or two favorite to draw, who do you like to draw the most? I mean,
man,
that you like, not
that I like. I am a huge Wolverine fan, Spider-Man fan, Captain America, Batman. I don't know. We all have our favorites. So usually, I'm more these days like following artists on runs. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a big Joe Madureira fan or J. Scott Campbell fan. So they do like a Wolverine cover or a Spider-Man cover, of course I have to pick it up because I'm a fan. So
right.
It's kind of nice to see different artists' interpretation of characters, because like of course you have like, you know what I'm talking about, like McFarlane's seminal run on Spider-Man or Hulk is like, if you're going to collect, you have to get that run because it's one of those iconic runs. Like it would be nice to be able to come back, like I'm working in games now, but it'd be nice to be able to come back to comics, just have a really cool run on a character, like do a cool run on Batman for like 5 issues and say, this is what I want to say about Batman, and leave that impression, because it lasts forever. Mm-hmm. That stuff is time. It's going to live forever.
People remember it.
People will remember it, whether you did it right or wrong. Like,
doesn't matter.
It's like, hey, Spider-Man one, that was cool. Batman, I was like,
that's okay. That's all right. No worries.
Yeah.
Now, I've got some questions for you.
Yeah.
These are 3 questions that I love to ask some folks.
Okay.
So from your standpoint, from where you grew up, Star Wars, Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, Star
no,
Wars.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's it.
But I do like the new Star Trek. Was not a big fan of the latest Star Wars episodes, but I'm nice to see that they're rebooting it.
We're going to see how that will. I mean, we talk about it all the time, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm also very scared. So
I'm excited and scared, as long as we don't have like Jar Jar Binks or anything like that.
It's going to be interesting. I'm really, really excited. Really. All right. Who is your favorite Disney character?
Oh man.
No pressure.
No pressure. Man. All right, don't judge me. Don't judge it. Tangled, the girl from Tangled. That trio, that cast with her, the horse, even the lizard was cool. Tangled's one of my favorite movies. I have to say it was better than Frozen. I know people, table flipping, but but I like Tangled a lot. That whole cast, great.
That's going to draw a whole lot of comments. I'm looking forward to that.
Boo on you. Right. I'll get a lot of hate. Say Frozen was the best.
Right.
So.
That's okay. I enjoy it. Now, last question. Who was your first sci-fi crush?
Okay. I don't know if this is sci-fi. Like Barbara Eden. I dream of
it's
Genie.
Sci-fi. Yeah.
Barbara Eden. I dream of Genie. He was rocking the midriff and like. as a young kid watching that, you're like, it makes you feel good and you don't know why.
You don't, yeah, you're like, wow, that was banned for a reason, but we,
Was it banned?
Yeah, they made her raise it up.
Wow, I did not notice.
Yeah.
Like at that age, you just don't notice. Like you're like, wow, she's kind of hot, and you don't know why.
Yeah, before
like,
it was below the belly button, and then they
Right.
made her increase it.
And
so.
then when you got older, like, you know, Princess Leia in the metal bikini, and
Right.
you're like,
JB, where can people find your work and find you and what you're doing right now?
You can find me at www.jonboymeyers.com, JONBOYMEYERS. You can find me there. DeviantArt page, Jonboy007007. Instagram, Jonboy007007. And Facebook, Jonboy Meyers. Please come check me out. I'm also going to be at San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con this year. So please stop by, say hi.
We'll definitely see you at New York Comic Con.
Yes,
We'll be there.
guys, come by. I'll have a new sketchbook, some new prints. Come by. I'll hook you guys up with some cool swag.
Anything to leave the people with? Anything that I didn't ask you that you would like to tell the people?
No. Check out the podcast. Come out to shows. Come by and say hi, and keep rocking it. Have a costume. Come wear it.
Excellent.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much.
it.
Peace out. Thank you, guys.